Hello everyone. So in the last class we discussed about the functions and how to declare the functions, how to define the functions, and how to pass parameters inside the function. So in this session we'll be learning about the types of arguments, and we'll see each and every types of arguments detailedly with example. So types of arguments. So there are four types of arguments are there in the function. First one is required argument, next one is keyword arguments, default arguments, next variable length arguments. So required arguments. What is required arguments? So till now we have learned about the function calling in Python. So so we can provide the arguments at the time of function calling. It means whenever you call the function, you can provide that arguments. During the function call, we can able to do even pass an argument during function call also. In the last video, we discussed about the function call. In the function call, only we pass the value, but in this required arguments, we can even able to pass the or you can able to even provide the arguments at the time of function calling also. So as for the required arguments are concerned, these are the arguments which are required to be passed at the time of function calling with the exact match of their positions in the function call and definition. It means these required arguments are concerned. Why? Because these are the these are required to be passed at the time of functional calling. It means during the functional call, we have to pass this argument at the time of function calling, and also it should match their positions in the function call also. So whatever the positions that you are given, these arguments should match that positions also. So what are the positions that are present in the function call? These arguments should match exactly. Otherwise, it will return error. So it should match exactly the function call, and also it should match function definition also. So if any of the arguments is not provided in the function call or the position of the argument is changed, then the in Python interpreter will show the error. It means if any of the argument is not provided in the function call. So during the function call, if even if you miss any of the, even one of the argument also, even if not provide even one of the argument also, or else if we change the position of the arguments also, it will give an error. It means the Python interpreter will show an error. It will not get an output. It means you should give exact arguments, and also you should not change the positions of the arguments. So now we will see some examples regarding required arguments. Now see the first example. So here I am creating a function with the function name func, and inside the function I am passing parameter name as a string. So here now I am giving message equal to I plus name. Now I am returning that message right now. So after that, here I am giving the name manually. It means user defined. It means um, through the user input, I am giving the name. So after that, I am printing this name. So if suppose if I enter this name here, John, so this John will be passed to this parameter name, and name will take this John as an value, and after that, message is equal to hi place name. In place of name, he will print John. So after returning that message, it will print hi John. Like that, it will um, it will print the output. So here, see how I am passing these arguments and how these arguments are led to the required output. So like that, you can able to pass the arguments and you can able to print the output. So next example you can see here I am if I want to measure the simple interest, now I am measuring the simple interest by using the PTR by 100 formula. See here I am defining the function name as the simple interest with parameters PTR because the simple interest formula is PTR by 100. That's why I require this parameter. So I am passing this parameter PTR. Next, I am returning PTR by 100. What does this PTR by 100 means? Simple interest formula. So I am returning simple interest over here. So I need to have the value of P, T and R. So here I am taking these values user defined by using manual. It means I am taking the user input and not automatically I am taking but I am taking as per my wish. That's why I am doing this PTR, float and input. I'm asking the values from the user input. It means user can take any values. It means based on the user input, we will get the required answer. After that, I am printing simple interest, simple interest of PTR. Now I will enter principal amount. Next, I will enter rate of interest. Next, I will enter the value of t. So after entering the value of t, it will go to this. The three values will be taken to this parameter. Each parameter will take the respected value. After that, it will return PTR. After that, it will print the statement. So see here, I taken the value of 5 and PTR. Principal amount I have taken it as taken is as 10,000. Next, rate of interest I am taken as 5. Next, T value I am taken as T. Now I am taking simple interest PTR by 100. So PTR by 100 means 1000 into 2 into 5 by 100. After that, we will get the value 1000. So we are returning that value. It means how we are using this required arguments. So here we are passing these parameters, but here we require these arguments. It means in PTR by 100, these three values are required. So these arguments are required in order to get the value. So here I am giving P, R, T. So these are the values that are required for this arguments to arguments to be passed to this parameter. Likewise, I am creating this required arguments and passing to the parameters and printing the values. So this is the example 2. So now if we want to see the example 3, if we want to calculate the sum of two numbers by using this required argument concept. Now see I am creating the function and with the function we calculate. Next I am passing two parameters A and B. After that, I am adding these two parameters. I am returning that. So after that, I am calculating. I am calling the function only 10. It means we are taking the value of a only, but we are missing the another parameter. So we have to provide two required arguments because this argument will take the value of this and another argument has missed. So in order to so whenever you print this, it will throw an error. What is the error? We are missing a required argument B. It means we have to pass the value of B. So we are taking only the value of B. So if you have only a value of B, how can we get the output? So in order to get the output, you need to pass another argument which will take this value to B. So that is next one. Next one, keyword arguments. So what are keyword arguments? Why it is important? Now we'll see. So please go through that once. Please have a look so that you'll get understanding about it. So hope everyone understood the required arguments. Now we will be seeing about the keyword arguments. So these are the useful concepts which are required for GATE, not only for GATE, also for other competitive exams also. It is very important. So once go through this, once have a look, so I will explain the concept. So now we will see keyword arguments. What are keyword arguments and how to do programs with this keyword arguments. So now we will see how it is working. So so here see Python will allow us to call the function with the keyword argument. It means whatever the in Python if we want to call the function with keyword arguments. This Python will allow in order to call the function with the keyword arguments. So this kind of function call will enable us to pass the arguments in the random order. So what is this keyword arguments will do means by using this keyword arguments we can able to pass the arguments in the random order. So whatever the order that we like, if we want to pass those arguments in the random order, we have to use this keyword arguments. By using these keyword arguments, we can enable us to pass those arguments in the random order. It means there is no specified position, so we can able to pass these arguments in randomly. It means keyword argument means we are passing these arguments by using the parameter names during the function call. So during the function call, we are passing this argument. So what are the arguments that are there? We are passing those arguments by using this parameter names. So by using this parameter names, we can able to pass these arguments during the function call. So um, So now we will see, and also the name of the argument is treated as the keyword and matched in the function calling definition. So how it is treated means part of the argument names are there, those will be treated as keywords. So what are the arguments that we are passing? Those arguments are treated as keywords and matched in the function calling and definition. And they will call this matched in the function calling and definition. It means they will check whether this function they are matching in the function calling and definition or not. So if the same match is found, the value of the arguments are copied in the function definition. Suppose whatever the values that we are giving for this argument, suppose if these values are matched, this so that suppose these values are matched, the values of these arguments are copied in the function definition. So the matched arguments will be copied to the function definition. It means whatever the parameters that are inside the function, those values will be copied to that one. So that is, so in keyword arguments, what we will do means we will be using parameters to pass the argument during the function call. So if you want to pass the argument during the function call, we'll use parameters in keyword or the argument. Order of, and also order of parameters names can be changed to pass the argument. So we can also able to change the order of parameters to pass the argument. So we will see what are the benefits of this keyword arguments. So by using these keyword arguments, we can able to get the correct output because we are not bothering about the order of arguments. It means in this we are not bothering about the order. So whatever the order it may be, we will get the correct output. Unlike positional arguments. In positional arguments, you need to have exact position and exact order. Otherwise, it will print the error output. But during this keyword arguments, we don't need to have any specific order. Even you can mention random order also. Using random order also, it will give the correct output. So like that, this is like that we can able to use this advantage. Now we will see the examples. Now see, I'm calling here I am defining the function with the function name fund, and I am passing two parameters, name and message. So after passing two parameters, now I am using this print statement. Printing the message with name and message. So see now function here we are making two parameters. It means we are passing two keyword arguments. So name equal to John and message equal to hello. So whether if they are matched with the functional arguments, these will be copied with the values to name and message. It means it will take name as John and message will be hello. So if they are matched, these will be copied to the particular name and message. So after that, whenever the name will take John and message will take hello, in place of name, John will be printed. In place of message, hello will be printed. So when you print this, you will get output as printing the message with John and hello. So like that, you will get. So the keyword arguments are useful like this. So we will see the Second example also, how the order doesn't matter and how the order does not affect the output. Means here I am making the function call, creating the function with the function name simple interest and passing three parameters as PTR. After that, I am calculating the simple interest by PTR by 100 and returning it. After that, I am printing simple interest by passing the values t equal to 10, r equal to 10, and p equal to 1900. It means we are passing these values randomly. We are given the values PTR, but here I am going with t equal to 10, r equal to 10, p. But here the order does not matter. So what are the values that are assigned to the variable that matter? So here order and position doesn't matter. So random by you give random order also by default it will take the values of PTR and it will give the specified output. See the specified output has given this 1900. So suppose if we provide the different name of arguments at the time of function name, we will get an error. Suppose in arguments, if you have given the different name instead of the other same name, you will get an error. See here, simple interest PTR. So here PTR principal. So P means principal, T means time, R equal to rate. So I have mentioned simple interest time equal to 10, rate equal to 10, principal equal to 9. It means it doesn't find the exact match of the name of the arguments. It means whatever the name that you are given, it doesn't match because here you pass the parameters PTR, but here you given time, rate, and principal. It means these are mismatched keywords of the argument. So here arguments and keywords are mismatched. It means keyword arguments and parameters are mismatched. So whenever you see this mismatched argument, you will throw an error. So you will see simple interest got an unexpected keyword argument time. It means there is no time, the rate, or principal that are present in this. You need to mention P, T, and R only. You should not mention time, rate, and principal because there you can be able to see mismatch between these values. So and also Python allows us to provide the mix of the arguments, required arguments and keyword arguments at the time of function call. It means during the function call also, what do this Python will do means it will also provide by mixing the required arguments and keyword arguments. It means during the time of function call also, you can able you can mix required arguments and keyword arguments. It means you can comment that required arguments and keyword arguments also. However, the required arguments must not be given after the keyword argument. It means what are the required arguments? It means required arguments are also called as positional arguments. So these positional arguments must not be given after the keyword argument. So after how the order matter here means we should give the required arguments first. It means required arguments means positional arguments. So during this function call, we have to give the positional arguments first. After giving the positional arguments only, you have to pass the keyword arguments. Otherwise, if you give the keyword arguments after keyword arguments, if you given the positional arguments, it will throw an error. So once the keyword argument is counted in the function call, the following arguments also must be the keyword arguments. So whenever you encounter those keyword arguments during the function call, those arguments also be the keyboard arguments only. Now see the example here. So define print me name. Here I am giving name. Next I am giving age equal to 22. Print my name is name and age is like that. Now here I am printing name equal to John. So here we did not pass the variable age into the function. But default of the whenever you did not pass this age value during the function call, it will take the default value of the age value. So if you do not pass the age value, by default also it will take the age value. Whatever the parameter that you are passing in that parameter, it will take the age value. Otherwise, if you give update in the during the function call, it will print that updated age. If you do not give the updated age, by default it will print the age value. So whenever you do this, name equal to John, in place of name John will be printed. In place of age, the value of age will be printed. So finally, the output will become my name is John and age is 22. That is. Sorry, this is default argument. Sorry. So example 5C. So name one message comma name two. We are passing three parameters. After that I am printing the message with name one message and name two. Now giving I am giving the arguments during the function called John message equal to hello and David. So it will give the same. So here I am giving before positional arguments, I am passing default arguments, keyboard arguments. It means before positional arguments, here I am passing keyboard arguments. That's why it is giving an error. So it will give syntax error. Positional argument follows keyword argument. So after positional arguments only, it will follow the keyword argument. But here given the keyword argument first only. So you have to give this message equal to hello at the end of at the end. Otherwise, it will give positional syntax error. Next one, default arguments. So what is this default arguments? We'll be seeing right now. Once check the output and code. So now we are seeing. We will discuss about the default arguments in Python. What is the role of these default arguments, and what we'll do during this? We'll discuss. So Python allows us to initialize the arguments at the function definition. So during the function definition, we can able to initialize the arguments. So that one Python will allow. So if the value of any of the argument is not provided at the time of function call, then that argument can be initialized with the value given in the definition, even if the argument is not specified at the function call. So what the meaning of it is means, suppose you have to initialize the argument. Suppose we have Python will allow the initialize the arguments at the time function definition. It means while defining the function, you can able to initialize the arguments. So suppose if the value of the argument is not provided at the time of function call. So during the function call, if you do not provide any of the value of the arguments during the function call, then what it will do means that argument can be initialized with the value given in the definition. So whatever the value that you are given in the definition, those value will be initialized with their value. So when you are not provided at the time of function call. Suppose if you do not give the value of that argument during the function call, by default it will take the value, then it will take the value from the definition. Even if you are not even if you do not specify any arguments in the function during the function call. So it means during the function call, if you do not specify any value of that variable, by default it will take the it will take the by default it will take the uh, initialized value during the definition. So we'll see the examples over here. See here first example. Define print me. Here I mentioned name and I didn't mention any value. But for the age, I given the value. After that, my name is comma name comma and age is comma age. Now I am printing the value. I am printing the value name equal to John. It means we are giving only name equal to John. And by default here, we did not mention any parameter. So by default, the age will be taken as 22 because we did not initialize any value with the parameter. So whenever you did not mention any value with the parameter, by default it will take the value of the age 22 and it will consider. See the required output now. So my name is John and age is 22. Here we did not mention the age. So it has taken the by default this value during the function definition. Otherwise, if you give the value over here, it will print this value only, not this value. So that is. So we'll see the next example. So see, define print me name comma age equal to 22 and print me name equal to John. After that, I am printing again age equal to 10, name equal to David. It means whenever you do the first statement name equal to John, here we did not pass the value variable age into the function, but by default the age is considered in the function. Whatever the age value you have given in the function, by default it will take. So it will print my name is uh, John and age is 22 like that. Next in the next statement, see here, print age equal to 10 and name equal to David. It means here I updated the value age equal to 10 and I am giving name equal to 10. So by default, it will not take this default value. So the age equal to 22 will be overridden by the age equal to 10. So this updated value will be overridden for that value. So you get the output as my name is David and age is 10 like that. So that is, see here, my name is David and age is 10. So that is the concept of default argument. Next one, variable length arguments. So what is this variable length arguments means? If, if you want to change the length of the variable or if you want to change the value, we can able to, we will see what is the variable length arguments and how it is useful in the functions. So in the large project, sometimes we may not know the number of arguments to be passed in advance. Suppose we are doing Suppose we are doing large projects. So in that project, we don't know how many number of arguments to be passed or how many number of arguments to be passed in advance. So whenever you don't know how many number of parameters to be or how many number of arguments to be passed in advance, in such a case, this variable length arguments will come into the picture and they will help and they will be helpful for helping the large projects. So in such cases, Python will provide the flexibility in order to provide the comma separated value, which are internally treated as suppose in the function call. So what do this Python will do is it will provide the flexibility to the it will provide the flexibility. Why? Why it provides flexibility means in order to provide the comma separated values. So in order to provide the values which are separated by the commas or which are internally treated as supposed to the functional. So those values which are treated internally separated the functional, in order to provide them, these will provide the flexibility. However, at the function definition, we have to define the variable star and variable name. So if you don't know how many parameters to be passed or how many arguments to be passed or to be advanced, what we need to do means we need to pass star. What do the star means? It indicates the variable length for arguments. It means the star will take any number of it will take any number of arguments for the given variable. Now see example. So define print means star names. It means I don't know how many names to be passed. So that's why I mentioned star names. Whenever you mention star names, you can take any number of names. So whatever the number of names that you will take, this will be taken into this argument and it will print. So print type of passed argument is. So what type of passed argument you want to check here? Here check type of names. It means whatever the names that you are passed, it is checking what type of data type it is. That is next one, printing the passed arguments. So it will print the passed arguments. Here I am going through the loop through iteration. So your name is the iterator variable for the names for the names variable. Now I am iterating through it for name in names. Print name. So it will go each and every character and it will print. Here see, print me, John David Smith Nick. So first of all, it will check what type of argument it is. It will check type of name means this this all the names will be taken to this name because here I mentioned star. So the star indicates it can take any number of arguments and it can able to print number of arguments also. So this all the arguments will be taken to this name and will take then it will check what type of data type it is. So it will print tuple data type because these are we are taking it in tuple. So that's why it is the tuple data type. Next, printing the password pass argument. So for name in name. So for name in name is for name in this name. So whenever you use this, it will go to the John and it will print the John. It will go to the David, it will print. Likewise, it will print John David Smith Nick in the new lines. So this is the variable length arguments. So what is variable length arguments means? If you don't know how many parameters to be passed during the function calls or during the function, these variable length arguments are very helpful. And how do you mention that variable length arguments? By using the star operator, you can able to represent the variable length arguments. It means it can able to take any number of arguments also. That is that is the variable length arguments. So next we can see scope of variables. So what do you mean by scope of variables? We'll see. And what is scope of variable? How many types of scope of variables are there? We'll see each and everything. So scope of the variables depend upon the location. So we'll see. So the scope of the variable depends upon the location where the variable is being declared. It means wherever the variable that you are declared, based on the location that you, it means where the scope of the variable depends means how it is dependent means based on the location where the variable is being declared. So in which location the variable is being declared, based on that it will we will come to know the scope of that variable. Whether we mention that variable in local or whether we mention in global in upcoming classes we will see. So the variable declared in one part of the program may not be accessible to the other parts. Suppose if you declare that one variable in one part, so that part may not be accessed in the another part. It means there are two parts. Suppose if you mention that suppose you declare that variable first part, so you may not get access to the variable in the second part. That is what it is saying. So the second part may not get access to in order to take the value of the variable. So in Python, the variables are defined with two types of scope. So how many types are there in the scope? There are two types of variables. First one is global variable, next one is local variable. These are the types of scopes that are present in the Python. So first one, the variable defined outside any function is known to have a global scope. So whatever the values that you are mentioning outside the function, that is called global scope. Global scope means we are mentioning outside the function. Whenever you mention the value of variable outside the function, that is called global variable, and that is global scope. Suppose if you mention that variable inside the function, that is called local scope. So whatever the variables that are present inside the function, those are called local variables or local scope. So whatever the variables that are present outside the function are that are called global variable or global scope. Now we will see some examples with how these local variables and global variables vary with respect to each other. Now I am considering one example. See here, define print message. So after function call, I am giving this message equal to hello. I am going to the printed message. So this is inside the function. So it is local to its function. It means local to the function itself. After that, I am printing print message. Next, this print message is up to this only. Next of all, I am printing this message. So I am calling the function over here. So after the calling function, here I am printing print message. So you'll see whenever you print the first message, it will print I am hello, I am going to print a message because it is local variable. So local variable can take the local values. That's why it is printing I am going to print. Next one, whenever we print a message over here, it will print an error. Why? Because means local variable it will cause an error because this local variable cannot access this value over here. It means This local variable is local to itself only, but not to the global access. That's why it is given through an error. That's why we'll see message is not defined. It means this is message is only up to the local variable only, not for the global variable. Now we see how global variables will work with next example. See, now I am taking calculate and star arguments. So star argument means here we don't know how many arguments to be passed from this. So that's why I mentioned arguments. So how many number of arguments that you give, this argument will take any number of values. After that, I am mentioning sum equal to 0. Next one, I am iterating through this. Next one, sum equal to sum plus r. Now I am printing the sum is sum. So here I am passing this global variable sum equal to 0. Now I am calculating 10, 20, 30. So whenever you give this 10, 20, 30 during this function call, so see, here I am passing these arguments during the function called 10, 20, 30. So these arguments will be stored in argument. Arg, so args. So args will store 10, 20, 30. So for args in args, sum equal to sum plus arg. So what is the value of sum? 0. 0 plus 10 is 10. So it will print, it will give 10. Next it will go 20. Next it will go 20, 30. So it will calculate all the sum of the values and it will print 60 as an output. Next one, print value of sum outside the function. So what is the value of the sum outside the function means here after outside the function the sum value will be 0 because it will here I mentioned sum equal to 0. This will access only the this variable. It will not access the inside variable. So here local scope and global scope are very important because local scope will take only local variable, but global scope will take global variables and local variables also based on the given conditions. So these are so these are the homework questions, assignment questions. You can go through this and you can able to solve. So I think everyone understood this scope of variables. So if possible, I will explain the scope of variables in next variable. Sorry, in next video, I will try to explain with different examples. So I think I think it is understood by. I think everyone understood my class and everyone got my concept. So hope everyone clear with this. So with this, we completed the types of argument and scope of variables. So in the next class, we will discuss some scope of variables with some examples. So till then, bye bye. I'm winding up this session. So if you really like this class and really like this concept, go and subscribe the channel and hit the like button and comment CFBR in the comment section. And also if you have any doubt, please put in a please drop your comments in the comment section so that I will give reply to that. So thank you and have a nice day.